So, hey, John, thank you for taking the time to kind of go over this case study with me about our YouTube management services.
Absolutely.
First, just for you to just introduce yourself and kind of tell me, who you are, what you guys do, and just a little bit of background.
Yeah. So my name is Jonathan Murray, and me and my family have been doing a family vlog on YouTube and Facebook for the last almost 8 years now, and started doing video work before that. Had someone mention, getting on social media, building a brand, if you will. Didn't really realize that's what I was doing at the time, but that's what we were doing. And so then took us maybe about 4 years, 4 to 5 years of that being like a part-time thing, doing full-time work, but part-time bringing in a little bit of money. And then finally, about 4 or 5 years into it, we were able to go full-time into doing social media just in general. And so, yeah, we have 7 kids, one more on the way. And yeah, it's just something we've been doing and really enjoying. So
How big are your channels?
we have 100 and maybe 18,000 on YouTube, and then around 570,000 on Facebook, and then we have probably collectively around 100,000 followers on Instagram between our 3 different Instagram accounts.
Before we started working together, if you kind of talk about what were their biggest challenges with the YouTube channel?
So before we started working together, it was good because I'd gotten to the point where I wasn't, working 2, 3 jobs, then trying to actually record and edit content. Like we got to the point where we could quit the other work and focus on our social media. So that was huge to have already done. But then once we got to that point, it was, if we want to continue to scale and grow, we have 7 kids. I mean, life just trying to record became kind of difficult because it was just kids running around all the time, and we homeschool, and so there was never like downtime to really plan and think about growth. And so I think the biggest challenge was, at that point, it became that I was doing a lot of editing for our channel, which I had done, but it just was becoming exhausting because the days would go with the kids. That would be kind of exhausting, trying to record, then bedtime, dinner time, all those things. And by the time I got done with the day, I would plan to edit at night, but I never got to it because I was just exhausted. I'd fall asleep with the kids, lay them down. And when I wake up, I'd be like, I'm not editing, I'm going to bed. And so then I wake up the next day, and my day that I wanted to spend recording got spent editing. And then trying to edit with kids running around is another, it just doesn't work. So
Mhm.
my biggest thing was I needed someone to help me edit, and having worked with you myself in the past, it was kind of a no-brainer that if we wanted to continue to grow, we need to put out more content. If we want to put out more content, we need to bring someone on to help us with creating the content.
Perfect. Okay, so was there a reason why you decided just to work with us?
Just because I knew your quality of editing, quality of shooting, if I ever needed you to come help shoot, and then just your ability to actually listen to what I wanted. And I knew I could tell you anything and you were going to go do it. It wasn't going to be like, trying to butt heads with someone who has creative differences. It was, you understood, hey, this is your thing. You want it represented a certain way, and I'm here to help you make that happen. So that was one of the biggest things. And then also just your ability to kind of read the social media temperature, if you will, to see kind of what's happening, what's not. You like to stay up to date with everything. I personally could care less. And so it's nice having somebody around that actually is like, hey, did you know this is happening? I was like, no, I didn't. Cause I create content, but I really don't want anything else to do with learning and listening to stuff, because it's already just so much in our life going on. It's nice having somebody who can help carry that weight a little bit too.
Sweet, that's perfect. How did working with us benefit your channel, and what have you seen like benefits so far?
I think one of the biggest things was being able to switch from doing 3 videos a week to doing 5 videos a week. That helped bring up monetization. We were making more money. It actually was completely covering what the money we were bringing in more was covering what we were paying you and more. So it was well worth doing that. And again, like I said, just having someone on, around that is able to read the atmosphere, what's happening with social media, and trying to educate themselves so that you can help the people that you are working with to know what's going on, what to be expecting, what they should be doing, we could be trying, what maybe isn't working anymore. So that, to me, those two things alone were huge. So
Perfect. Thank you. Has anything has gone well or better than expected throughout this process?
I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't know. I don't really know that I had what my expectations were, minus having someone edit for me. But I think that you've brought value beyond that, absolutely. So yes, but I didn't really have any expectations beyond just getting the editing done. So I think without even really realizing it, you have brought, some other, again, like the whole, just even the aspect of knowing what's happening in the world of social media has been, a huge help. So
Basically, would you recommend us to help other people with their YouTube channels?
absolutely. I think having you with us has been a huge asset to what we're trying to do. And I think another thing that you've helped with kind of brainstorming too, that I haven't really mentioned, is that's been a huge asset. And I think will continue to be a huge asset. Having you to kind of help when I'm feeling stuck with something, like bringing ideas that I'm not thinking about. So yeah, I think having you on, for multiple reasons would be a huge benefit to anybody.
Perfect. John, I thank you for taking the time to do this, man.
Yeah, man, no problem. I was glad to do it. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. And we'll get another one done for you and get it up.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I gotta see some footage.